Hey yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy SBS coming to you once again with another game review. Right back at y'all. So this time I want to talk about Far Cry 5 and how I feel about this game. Man oh man, I have to say that I had a hell of a time playing this game for the past 2 weeks. I wish I bought this game sooner, but however, I'm going to tell you my pros and definitely the cons about Far Cry 5. So first and foremost, this is my first time ever playing the Far Cry series. Like, I was pretty skeptical buying the games over the years. I wasn't sure what Far Cry was all about, because I seen animals and I seen guys with shotguns and stuff like that. I thought it was one of your typical bootleg bullshit ass hillbilly cheap ass games that you can get for like $5.99 or whatever. One of those games that, you know, your parents or little brothers or somebody will play. Some basic bullshit game. But however, I will have to say that I had underestimated this game. So I've seen some video clips of it, but I was still a little skeptical about how I play, because, you know, I'll be honest with y'all folks, it's like I will play first person shooter games, but it depends on how appealing it is. So anyways, Far Cry 5, I have to say that this game had a unique gameplay and a unique storyline. So if you guys are not certain about what this game is about, let me tell you. So based on my knowledge on the 5th game, you play as your own character, and your own character kind of like is the rookie or the deputy or whoever they will call you, but most likely the deputy, because you are the deputy and you're like kind of like the main man in this county, Hope County, which is what it's called. But really, the story mode takes place where you have to stop this crazy religious nut by the name of Joseph Seed, or Father, who is manipulating people to join his cult, and have like 3 other people who will be in this game, who are like the other boss battles in the game, different regions and the maps. So you have like some guy who, they pretty much do a lot of shit. Like one guy who is very militant, another guy who has this sadistic way of forcing you to believe in the Joseph Seed religion, the Peggy, and this fucking hallucinant type of manipulative ghost bitch by the name of Helen. Man, this game is unbelievably crazy. You know, it gets your mind blown. But basically, what this game is that you're in the Hope County, Montana, and you're fighting against a cult which is called the Peggies, who pretty much fight for the father, Joseph Seed, who is causing a lot of fucking chaos in the world. So, I mean, let me just tell you that this game, it takes a while. I mean, for me, it took me a while. I don't know how long it takes, but it kind of reminded me of playing the Tom Clancy games, not the Rainbow Six, but the I'm sorry, I forgot the name of the game, but basically it kind of reminds me of it, of the game. But difference was, at least you know what you're doing in this game. But it's a free world game, and you're roaming around different areas of Hope County, and you're in the wildlife. Pretty much, you're a country boy backwoods hick ass motherfucker, and you're shooting guns with rifles and shotguns and pistols and stuff like that. The pros about this game really is that, like I said, the story, it's fucking crazy. It's really, really good. Persuasive as well. The graphics, I will say it's good too. It's decent. Good HDR, vibrant colors. Even though on my TV, it doesn't seem as if it was HDR, because I have a 4K TV and it looks just like a normal graphic wise, you know. But I can't complain really about the graphics, you know. It's decent. I can tell you that. It's worth playing, looking at. The gameplay itself, I would say at times the aiming at the gun could be a little complicated, but you will get the hang of it, you know. To me, it took me a moment to get to know the configurations of how to shoot and how to properly aim at people, like the Peggies. And I really gotta say that the most fun part about the game is just that you get to the explosions, how you use like a RPG or a rocket launcher. Oh, RPG, rocket launcher, same shit. Grenades, firecrackers. Oh my god, the explosion. Rather if you're blowing up a car, blowing up people, blowing up a helicopter, I must say that this game has the best when it comes to cinematic, the cinematics of showing an explosion. I mean, cinematic of scenes too. So it's really, really good. Like every time that I like to use the rocket launcher or use the grenades or C4s or whatever, it takes me away of looking how I've seen all these Peggies getting blown up, and I really feel like, you know, it's crazy too that you get to even blow the animals up, like wild animals that are attacking you. And I'm gonna get to that too, is that, you know, the fact that you get to fight not only humans, but you get to attack wild animals, rather if it's like bears, wolves, cougars, and buffaloes or whatever animals. It's really ridiculously awesome, where even though too, where you have partners with characters too, like, you know, you get a pet dog, the bear called Cheeseburger, and the cougar Peaches, and they all have their own different ways of attacking. But me personally, animal wise, I will say that I like using Cheeseburger, because Cheeseburger, he gets the job done, and he'll just start a lot of mayhem and start the ruckus, like Wu-Tang King, like bring the ruckus into this fucking place, yo. Oh man. Also, I have to say that even when you attack the animals, or the wild animals attack you, they got your back, which is cool. So it can scare off, or it'll fight off the wild animals. So that's the cool part. And also your partners too, who will help you and have their own ways of combat skills and whatever the case may be, which is cool. I will have to say that the cons about this game really is just that the driving, like when you drive the car, and especially it's a first person mode, it's really ridiculous. Sometimes I can't see where I'm going, because sometimes when you turn in that certain direction, and it's focusing on the direction that you looked at last time, which it was horrible. I hate the driving in this game. It's terrible as fuck. Like I said, the shooting sometimes it needs a little work, but I like when you play like games like Grand Theft Auto or Uncharted or Max Payne 3 and a lock and shoot, which I love lock and shooting more than just, you know, aiming it for yourself, just like any other first person shooter games. What else? The cons I feel like is that yeah, like I said, the shooting was terrible. I mean, the driving is terrible. The shooting needs a little work. I feel like anything that deals with Ubisoft has some really shitty ass driving, and I feel like, for example, I think Watch Dogs had a better driving than any other game with the Far Cry series. I mean, it's a first-person shooter, and Far Cry is a first-person shooter, and Watch Dogs is most likely a third-person game, which is cool, and they all different, but I like to see where I'm going sometimes. But to be honest, I feel like another thing that is a con too is that there is a short amount of ammo that you can't waste all your bullets, where I'm not saying everything has to be unlimited or very limited, but what I'm trying to say is just that for example, if you want to throw grenades or if you want to use a rocket launcher or whatever, sometimes it takes a while to upgrade certain points to get more storages and stuff like that, and sometimes people don't have enough time. They just want to play the game and they just want to get on with it. But I wish there was more capacity when it comes to ammo, which that was a real shitty thing that they never did in this game. The Peggies, they all look like fucking Charles Manson, and they all look the same, and I'm thinking like, okay, they could have done a little bit more than just having the guys with the beards and the long hair and whatever. I know there's the black ones, the white ones, or whatever, but I just feel like it was kind of lazy for the creators just make the Peggies all look like Charles Manson or Johnny Appleseed looking ass motherfuckers though. So like I said, that's just my only cons. It's just that the Peggies all look the same. The driving needs a little bit work. The shooting, the aiming needs a little bit of work, but it's still fun, worth shooting, worth playing. So to be quite frank with y'all folks, like I said, it took me 3.5 weeks to get this game to be done. I wish I thought about just go ahead and just did the review, but I was like, nah, I can't, because I'm having too much fun with this game and I'm not ready to do a review yet. But I wish I had done any recordings of me using my animal friends to help whoop some ass. But you know, if you guys have the game or seen the previews of the gameplay, you probably know what I'm talking about. So I feel like this game was worth playing, and it has some great stories into it. Great gaming mechanics. Like I said, it could have been better, but it could have been worse. So I could be humble with that. So anyways though folks, I'm gonna have to wrap this up. Please leave your comments on the comment sections below, and hit the bell and subscribe to the channel. You dig? Until then folks, SBS gonna wrap this up. Thanks for watching. Peace out.